Good evening, ladies and gents. Cheers for joining us. That's the first thing I want to say. About as happy as I'm going to be all episode is now, just having a mouthful of beer. So let's get straight into it. Obviously, I'm joined by Matty, Kyle, and Greg is going to be joining us, but he's having a bit of technical difficulties at the moment. He's trying to join from his phone, and it's all going a bit tits up at the moment, I think. But there he goes. Are we in, Greg?
I'm here. I'm in.
Go sideways. But also we can get there we go. That's a bit better now. We get more of a full screen going. But yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone who's watching. And Greg.
And me.
Bit of a miserable one for pretty much most of us on here tonight, apart from one who, only one of us got the win. But first things first is I'm just going to go in to what points we scored on our predictor this weekend. So let's just put the scores up on the bottom of the page as to what happened this weekend, including our teams. And obviously, Arsenal let it slip. Well, got back into it last night, nicking a point. Liverpool had a runaway victory against Watford. Leeds were fucking dreadful, which we will get into shortly, and lost to Southampton. And thankfully, Leicester done fantastically well against Kyle's boys this weekend. So
I called it.
it's the only silver lining to this weekend's results. But and yet, as Mr. Tom's whacked on there, live from Matthew's toilet again this weekend. we'll have to announce that each week, won't we, boys?
Twitter, the biggest toilet in history.
On the shitter. So if
Old Trafford. Oh, sorry, yeah.
If we could just throw up our standings following this weekend's results on our predictor.
I'm happy with that Patson Daka. He's done me for a correct score in the 92nd minute. It is worse than Terry's, to be fair.
Well, there we go. Yeah, me and Matty were the only. None of us have done brilliantly this weekend.
17 correct results and one correct exact score.
That's the current standing. So everyone is still in the same positions that they were last week, just with basically everyone got 4 points this weekend. So we all got two correct results, but no exact scores. Apart from Dave, only got one correct result. Two of us were extremely close to an exact score. So Matty had 3-2 to Leicester. So I was going to say Patson Daka done you out of it, Matty, but Harry Maguire done you out of that, mate.
We'll come on to that in a due course.
No doubt. And
wait your turn, Kyle.
And I was sitting pretty with Arsenal 1, Crystal Palace 2 was my prediction. So
we left it even later.
Needless to say, I was pretty I was going to say last night, but I only found out this morning that that's what I predicted. So if I'd have known at the time, I'd have been gutted. But
I had 4-0 Liverpool as well. Fucking Bobby Firmino. Oh,
yeah, you did.
Just leave it alone, Bobby. Let it go wide.
Mr. Tom is spot on there. Leeds found his 5th out of 5. Why am I not surprised?
There's still time.
That's this season for you, Tom. That's just how it's going, mate. But so that's where we stand as it is. We will make our predictions on the upcoming fixtures a bit later on in the episode, but let's get into each individual game as they happened in the order they happened. So first up, I'm just pleased I'm not first up, to be honest with you. But first up, we have Watford 0, Liverpool 5. So Mr. Greg, talk us through it, mate. How pleased are you, for one, that Bobby Firmino is back on the score sheet and emphatically, and two, that you seem to be the shining light in the division at the moment, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, I mean, it's only Watford. It's without obviously sounding a bit
arrogant.
Arrogant.
They're above us.
We should be beating teams like Watford, but obviously to dispatch them 5-0 is decent, especially with them having a new manager. Obviously, you think they might have, showed a bit of reaction, but yeah, they just didn't get. We were just on them from the start, so they didn't have a chance. But yeah, I mean, the Salah show again, isn't it?
It is, mate. Yeah, look, it's a bit of a shame really for Bobby, because Bobby's come away with a hat trick. Bearing in mind his combined distance of goals was about 12 yards. But he's come away with a hat trick, and everyone's still talking about Mo. So it just goes to show the performances that boy's putting in at the moment. Because look, we've named the episode best in the world ? Tonight, and it's something I want to get onto while we talk.
No question mark.
Well, that's it, because it's one of them at the moment.
At this precise time, yeah, he is.
Well, that's the thing. I want to put it to the guys in the comments and you two boys. Would you all agree that, as it stands, he would be sort of the best player in the world? Because I know, like, it's easy to sort of say, oh, you can judge it on like form, because I don't think that you can completely do it on that. But the fact that Salah's been doing this for years now, and it's not like he's slowing down; he's getting better.
I mean, his all-round game is just phenomenal, isn't it? It's not sticking the ball in the net. He tracks back when he loses it. As I said we mentioned on him, I think a couple of weeks ago, it looks like he's got a bit quicker to me, if that is even possible. He's just
which last year I thought he lost a yard.
Well, he's definitely not lost a yard this year.
But not at all.
That ball for that Mane's goal that's
joke.
That's world class pass.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, it's like you say, he's been on the fringes for a good easily 2, 3, 4 seasons now, whatever. Do you know what I mean? He's been that sort of level down. He's been in that bracket underneath your Messis and your Ronaldos. But now, I'll be honest, I sort of started to think he might start declining. But for me, he's just this season he's been nothing. He's been unreal.
Is Ronaldo on holiday?
I hate to see it.
Playing, Kyle. Oh no, we're not talking about Man United yet.
Oh,
yeah, and Ronaldo won bloody Player of the Month over Salah as well.
We mentioned at the time, but it's we've almost been looking for the next heir to the throne of Messi and Ronaldo, because that's been the debate for the last sort of decade, and now they're both sort of coming to mid to late 30s and nearing the end. I know they're both still got bits about them, and arguably people could still say one of them is the best, but we're looking for that next wave, and people were debating that it's going to be Mbappe, it's going to be Haaland, one of these new young kids that have burst onto the scene. But you've still got Mo Salah, who's been doing it for years now, and Robert Lewandowski, who are still turning out ridiculous numbers.
Anyone see his goal at the weekend? The flick.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
Immediately.
He should win Ballon d'Or this year. 100%.
Agreed.
Unreal, mate.
Yeah, I do agree.
But at this point in time, I reckon Salah is the best in the world at the minute. Like what he's doing.
I would agree with
that. He contributes every game. It's either a goal, assist, or goals. You know what I mean?
But it's like you know the little roll off his flick last week against City and that, or whenever it was, and then the same again. Just he's got that confidence at the minute, standing on the ball and then like finding half a yard. Like he's a joke at the minute.
He's taking the piss, really. He literally
when he mugged, after that thing he did with the little shimmy, and then he mugged him off with a fake and then put it in the corner. I mean, that's like school playground stuff. Like every kid's chasing after you, and no one can get the ball off him. It's just ridiculous.
By the way,
at that level, it's crazy.
Off the back of that comment about Stephen McPhail's pass to Hasselbaink, that was ridiculous. That boy's left foot was unmatched. He should have been.
Poor Greg, give him his moment, and we're talking about Leeds. Come on,
I can't help it.
I know this.
Comparing Messi to Stephen McPhail.
He's
still about Mark Viduka in a minute, wouldn't you?
We've actually spoken about McPhail a few times when we've had interviews with ex-pros that have played with him, and they've all sort of said that he was next level. Like he sort of was played at the wrong era, really, because he either should have been on the continent back then, or playing in today's day and age where he could have had the freedom to sort of have a free roll and just spread balls. But
he was an Irish Gooty, wasn't he?
He was, yes. Good comparison, actually.
Said in true to South London fashion. He's an Irish Gooty, isn't he? Fucking hell. Sorry, any northern listeners we got, someone might need to translate that.
But yeah, Greg, it was quite something to behold. Like Watford showed fuck all, did they? Really?
Yeah, no, they didn't.
Still got to do it.
You thought,
still got to do it to him.
you thought they might come out and show a reaction for him, but I don't think he had long enough to even prepare for the game. To be honest, so.
And they're booing his
work ain't going to reflect it, like at least for a couple of weeks until he gets into them. But I reckon they might be all right. But
Liverpool ain't the games that they're looking to. He weren't worried about losing.
No, of course.
To be fair, these big games are against the teams in and around them.
Yeah.
He's got to pick them up. He's got to pick them up. He's got to kick them up off the floor. Like he's got to pick them up off the floor. So we might as well just kick them while they were down. But they can just. But yeah, no. I mean, we just dispatched him. It was emphatic, and especially for him to get a hat trick, but get overshadowed. But he's now scored more goals than Lukaku. I think I've seen.
Who, Claudio Ranieri?
No, Firmino.
Has he really?
Yeah.
What did you see? Did you see he's missed a weekend?
It's a weird one with Firmino because he sort of was a bit of an unsung hero for a few years, where he sort of was the mould between your Salah and Mane, and for me, he's the one who sort of tied everything together, and he's the one with them little flicks and running off the ball.
But then I think them two have gone a bit more selfish now.
Agreed.
But then they do still all. But then because of Jota coming in, it's been hard for Firmino to even get some minutes. So.
But it's
he has done okay.
It is Watford. Just calm down a little bit.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
like,
right.
like you said, you've still got to do it.
No,
I get to get that in because you got beat, didn't you? Otherwise, you never would have said that comment ever.
No, but I'll be honest, we've spoken about it. I'm more worried. Playing you the weekend, I'd be more worried about with Jota there now. I think Bobby's all right, but Bobby's always going to score in a team like you could put him in most top teams. He's pretty. The goals he scored were quite. Yeah, I get he was clever. He was good to be there, but
as long as he's not at Anfield, he can score a goal, can't he? Firmino.
He struggles at home.
You should be worried about playing them at the weekend. You should be very worried about playing them at the weekend. Believe that.
It's the kind of game these scum has to pull out the bag, though. Whenever Ollie's been close to getting the tin tack, he seems to pull a result out of that. And to be honest, deep down, I sort of hope he does because I want him to stay. I don't want him sacked. I want him to get some results, mate. Come on,
as Rio said, Ollie's at the wheel. As Rio.
Griezmann sent off.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, Ben Ireland just put that in. That's a.
What's the score? Is it still 2-2?
2-2.
Yeah. I'm quite happy with that because I've got a little fourfold accumulator tonight. I've got Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Liverpool, and PSG. And fucking Liverpool and PSG took the lead early on. They both got pegged back level now. So
Champions League is so unpredictable these days.
It is, yeah.
Not easy
really
to call
at
all.
But
it's a good comment, to be fair.
I don't think Liverpool they just happen to be good at football. To be fair, it is when you're that talented.
When you're that good, it just
it's that whole debate on like the likes.
No, they do click. They do click, but it's just the other two have become more greedy, I think, over the time where it's not all that they used to just flick it to each other, didn't care who scored, but now it is about individuals
on the board. Yeah,
but again, I don't mind that if there's both scoring and they're both happy, I don't mind.
That's it, mate. And they're all contributing goals. This weekend, you've had Mane, Firmino, and Salah on the score sheet, and that's a throwback to that Liverpool team that won everything. Do you know what I mean? So that's what you've missed out on, really.
Yeah, we just got to hold it tight.
Dinner's ready.
Back, really.
I think it's burnt, Jonesy.
That's how I know when my dinner's ready, Tel.
Smoke alarm's going.
The jerks on the back burner, Jonesy. We'll send the Uber driver around for it later.
The party sausage rolls are fucking black.
But let's get into the next game, and the one that I've completely been dreading, and I want to scoot over it as quick as pos. It's Southampton 1, Leeds United 0. Jesus Christ!
Talk us through it.
Look, well, I've got quite a lot to say, and it's a bit difficult, really. But look, it's what sums up this game for me, is when I watch Leeds at home. If I'm not at a game, when I'm watching the game, I am literally like edge of my seat and I'm fucking leant forward and I'm a nervous wreck the full 90 minutes. What summed this game up, is within 5 minutes, I was sitting back in my sofa with the recliner up. By 20 minutes in, I'm looking at my phone. Like, that's I don't do that when I'm watching Leeds. I am all in. And it was almost as if the players just didn't want to know. And it was, I've never seen a Leeds United team play this way. Since
you had a fair few players missing, though, didn't you? In fairness,
yeah, but
your best players.
Well, yeah. Look, we've got the core of our team, like Patrick Bamford, Rafinha, Phillips, Luke Ayling.
Three of your best players. Probably four of your best players.
Well, yeah, they are. Like they're all missing, and Junior Firpo as well. So we've realistically got both of our fullbacks out. We've got the anchor in midfield missing, our best winger and our best striker. But the thing that worries me about this is they've not been missing every game. And I've sort of been trying to look at the positives all through this season, with every game, and sort of been like, yeah, look, we played Man United, like they're going to be up there. Like we played Everton, they was in the top sort of 3 or 4 at the time. We played Liverpool. It's like, yeah, fucking, they're on form. And same when we played West Ham. And I've always sort of said, look, I'm not going to judge them until sort of 10 games in. But I sort of had a bit of a realization this weekend after that game where I weren't even angry after. It's the worst thing. It's like what your parents say to you when you're a kid. I'm not even angry. I'm just disappointed. And that's what it was like. I look back and I'm like, right, we've now played Burnley, Newcastle.
It's like go in your bedroom, son. Come out. Yeah.
Burnley, Newcastle, Watford, and Southampton. And so in some of these games, we've had Rafinha. In some of these games, we've had Phillips and Bamford in some of them. And we've still not played well in one game. I can't name one game this season where we've played well. I'm just going to scoot over the results this season. So we've had Man United, got battered. Everton. To be honest, we had periods of the game where we were good, but Everton should have been out of sight by about an hour in. They missed some sitters and Melier kept us in it. We then played Crewe in the Cup and we had to bring all the best players on with 10 minutes left to win the game. It was 0-0. And then we ended up winning 3-0 by bringing all the fucking stars on. We played Burnley, and for large parts of that would have not the best team. Liverpool battered us. Newcastle, we had one half we played well, one half got battered. Fulham, we drew in the Cup and won on penalties. West Ham got done. Watford, it's the only game where we actually played all right, and we've snuck a 1-0 win. And then Southampton, we've not had a shot on target. But there's not one game there where I'm looking at it going, well, there's positive signs.
There he is.
There's positives. There's no positives. And it's the first time under Bielsa that I'm actually a bit worried. Like, I'm seeing sort of signs where it's like, I said to, that is Mr. Tom spot on. Anyone who's calling for Bielsa's head is a fucking idiot. Because
by the way, I said that as tongue in cheek just to see how mad the people would get. I generally don't.
People have been saying it, mate. I've seen it.
What? Leeds fans have been.
Yeah. People have been saying it. And
they got short memories. They got short memories, didn't they?
Well, anyone who says it isn't a proper Leeds fan, because if you put any other manager in charge of this group of players, and I don't get any manager in the world, Pep, Klopp, any of them, we finish bottom of the league. Name me a player that played on the weekend that any other team in the Premier League would even have in their squad. There's very few there. No, but seriously, there's very fucking few there. And I said to my mates and my dad at the time when we got promoted, I said, the only downside for me and the sad thing that I had in my heart about us winning the league and coming up to the Premier League was there's a group of legendary players there that are realistically going to be gone because we have to replace them in order to do well in the Premier League. We fast forward a few months and last season, these players played way above and beyond what any of us expected them to do. And I almost think that that's been detrimental to us this year because I feel that the board have looked at it and I've heard Angus Kinnear and Victor Orta talk about it. They sort of said that this year they prioritise keeping hold of your Bamfords and your Phillipses, knowing that this sort of group of players can hold it in the Premier League, and then we'll go again the following year and invest in and strengthen the team. But is it now that this group of players have actually reverted to their actual level, and realistically they're top level championship players, a lot of them, and that's what worries me. Obviously there's the bonus is we've got the majority of these top players that we've got in our team to come back in, and hopefully 2 of them are back this weekend in Phillips and Rafinha, which makes a massive difference already. And the other benefit is in January, like we have got the funds in January, we can go and sort of strengthen when we need to. But the fact that we've now gone 2.5 seasons without bringing in another midfielder, when every single Leeds fan knows we need extra midfielders, it's a bit worrying. Like we're looking at the bench on the weekend, and our average age on the bench, bearing in mind you had a 30-year-old Adam Forshaw on the bench, the average age was 20. That's worrying. Like the taking Forshaw away from the bench, the amount of appearances for Leeds United we had sitting on the bench this weekend was 4. Wow. We've got a group of kids. There's no depth. We've got such a small squad, and I admire that Bielsa's ethos is he plays with a small squad and he wants a core group and this, that, and the other. But the game nowadays in the Premier League, when you've got so many sort of games and these international breaks fucking crammed in left, right, and centre. And
yeah, but it worked for you last year, though.
Well, it did.
It's just because of the injuries. It's what happened to us.
Well,
once your best players go, the people step in ain't as good.
Yeah,
your form dips, and then the rot can easily set in.
And you've
you've started with a rot, like without you know.
You've got to take into account now, though, Greg. Like for the last couple of seasons, we've had the odd international player. Now it comes to an international break, and most of our team are going on international duty. So, like, it actually worked to our advantage at times last season and the season before, where international break had come, and Bielsa would have a week or 2 to just train with these players and get them fucking ready and raring to go for the next game. Now he's got none of the players there. So they come back off international break. They're fucked. He hasn't had any time to work with them. And then it's like, shit, we've got no one to even replace them apart from kids.
Non-biased opinion. Do you think that
look at
the possibility that Leeds could get relegated this season? I'm not saying yes or no. I'm just asking you the question.
Of course, yeah, there is a possibility. I'm not going to lie about it. There's a possibility. I still look at the division, and I see that there's 5 teams worse than us. Even us on our worst days, really. And again, the other positive I look at is it's very rare for us to put a shocking performance after shocking performance. We normally see a reaction.
Yeah.
Like
hopefully when you get your play, when you get the people you need back, who have you got next, by the way?
We've got Wolves this weekend.
But that'd be a tough game again.
They're on form.
Dead and buried. And how did they even nick that?
I don't think you'll go down, but I'll tell you what, I'll definitely because regardless of how well you think or how you think 5 teams are shitter than you don't pick up points, you're going to end up down there. It's as simple as that.
And the thing I worry about, Kyle, is, and I don't want to tempt fate here, but say Rafinha breaks his leg. No, but seriously, say Calvin Phillips pulls his hamstring.
Yeah,
we're fucked.
You're fucked. Yeah,
injury to one of them could be painful. Yeah,
like any of them go long term. We've got no one to come in. And look, Ben's made a great point. We've signed this kid Lewis Bate from Chelsea. He was Chelsea's under 23s captain. And to put this into perspective, like they've been dominating the under 23s development league for years now, Chelsea. And Lewis Bate has been their superstar. He was their central midfielder, captain, leader. He's fucking got the lot. And this is the same team that Tino Livramento, who's tearing it up for Southampton, who played against us this weekend, he was their right back in that team and was just like a bit part player. And he's got the Southampton.
What about the fella that scored as well?
And again, another one, Broja. He's another one that was in that team. And this was a team that was run by Lewis Bate. he got them going. He got everything ticking over. And we're now looking at him. He started to tear it up a bit in the under-23s. And people are now going, look, Click and Dallas are not performing. They need to be dragged. And that's the other thing that's sort of worrying me, is the fact that I think these players are getting a little bit complacent because there's no competition for places. And I think that personally, if it's me, I'm starting Bate this weekend. First banner in the works. Get some fucking fresh legs on there. The best performance we've seen from Leeds this weekend, again, it was only Watford, like you say, was when we threw a kid in because we had to, Charlie Cresswell, and he just energised the whole team. Having this fresh-faced kid that's fucking going 100% at every ball, every header, he's fucking throwing his body into it, and it almost filtered through the team and give them that bit of impetus to get on the front foot. And I feel we need a bit of that. I'd throw Lewis Bate in there and give the kid a go. And then you have Calvin behind him as the anchor. And then look, for me, Tyler Roberts needs fucking wheeling out to the back of the sheds and shooting. I don't think he should be anywhere near a fucking Leeds shirt ever again, that geezer. I saw a stat today where he scored a brace against Hull 2 seasons ago. Since that game, he's played 60 games for Leeds. He scored 2 goals and got 1 assist. That's a number 10 or a striker. Them numbers are shocking. If you were telling me a centre-half had them numbers, I'd still be disappointed. That's poor. He's had his chance. He's got to be fucking.
What's Rodrigo saying? I mean, I only watched the highlights of him. He didn't look great again.
Sancho, it's all right.
Yeah. I mean, 10 games though, mate. Calm down.
All right. Just throwing that fishing rod out there so you bite it.
It's another thing I wanted to run by Jonesy. Look, I've defended Rodrigo, and I went on the Stoop last week, and I defended him on there because a few people have been getting on his back, and I'm still defending him in a way because he has got ability. There's no doubt about it. You don't go out and spend 30 million and make him a priority signing if you don't see something in him. And he was Spain's number 9 when we signed him. And look, he's not even in the Spain squad now, which says where his form's at. But he showed at the back end of last season when he played the last 5 games, and I think he got 6 goals, 2 assists or something in 5 games. It shows he can do it at this level, and he's very good on his day. And to be honest, I think he's a little bit of a victim of having no midfield behind him. Even when he's in the number 10, if Calvin's playing, Calvin's the only man in the midfield. So your number 10 is going to be sort of dragged from pillar to post. And it's the same when he's been up front. And people got on when Bamford played for England the other day and he got no service. All the Leeds fans were going, fucking hell, he's done nothing wrong, Paddy. And just because he's got no service, he's been dragged after an hour and that. But then you fast forward to Rodrigo playing up front for Leeds. He don't get one ball past to him for 90 minutes and they're all on his back. And it's you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, if the quality's not being fed into them, then you can't. Yeah, you can't. There's nothing you can do about that. Harry Kane's been a victim of that, having to drop so deep to pick up the ball. It's affected his game. We'd be better off playing Rodrigo at centre half at this rate because at least he'd get the fucking ball. He's got the legs to dribble it out at least. Yeah. Look, Ben's mate, he does need to step up, and he does. And the price tag that we paid it's a lot for a club that's just come up, and you want immediate response from that. And like I said, again, other players that we've paid money for, and Dan James will be guilty of it if he don't produce over a period of time, is because Rafinha only cost us 17 million, and he's doing what he's doing. Yeah. If you spend 30 million on a player, he should be bagging 30 goals a season because. Yeah. Rafinha's done what he's done on that price tag. We're sort of trying to compare everyone to that, and he's a one-off. You ain't signing a player like that for 17 million.
No, definitely not. No.
Freaky business. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it's one of them. I am starting to get worried, but I'm going to give it to the next 2 games before I really make judgment, because I said going into this period of 4 games with Watford, Southampton, Wolves, and Norwich. I said I want a minimum of 9 points, but I think we get all 12. And we can't get 12 now. We've lost the game. But 9 is still doable. We could go and beat Wolves. We're at home this weekend. Get behind them. You have a couple of big players coming back. Get behind them. You can you can get a win there. And then you've got Norwich. And you've got a bit of momentum then going into the Norwich game. And you could be looking at 9 points out of the last 12. And then all of a sudden, you sit in 11th or 12th in the league and people stop panicking so much. And so I'm still I'm going to reserve judgment for the next sort of 2 games, but
season.
Yeah, but look, I'm a bit worried. I'm starting to panic a bit. Like
you'll be all right.
I do hope so.
Well, there's 30 games left, mate, so plenty of time.
Yeah, that is true. But yeah, it's fucking.
Calm down, Till.
All right.
Honestly, I am panicking a bit. I must admit. One of the shining lights for me is the fact that I look at other teams in the division. You likes of Burnley, Newcastle, and Norwich. And bearing in mind we've played 2 of them not won, but none of them have got a win yet this season, and none of them have looked like getting a win. And this is us at our worst, and we're still above them.
Obviously not, Ben.
Like this is us in our worst place, and we're still above them. And that I'm sort of looking at that, and yeah. Sorry, Ben. Yeah, I just
sorry, Ben. Sorry, us.
Sorry, everyone. Yeah, I'm just I'm
don't worry, we'll fly for the next one, mate.
To cheer me up and every Leeds fan, let's move on to the next game.
Hey!
Leicester 4, Scum 2.
Put a 60-second clock up and then we move on, all right?
Jonesy, talk us through not just your performance, but the defending of Sir Harry of Maguire.
And his brother.
Cue the tumbleweed.
I mean,
cue the tumbleweed.
I actually don't blame Molly for starting Maguire. I think if Varane was fit, he wouldn't have started him. But I feel like again he wanted one of them in there. But fuck me, watching it back, oh my god, that honestly, I said to Greg earlier, it reminds me that performance. What he done reminded me. You know when you turn up on Sunday football, hanging out of your box, and you haven't got a clue what's going on. You don't know. You literally don't know what's going on. Where am I?
That was you Friday.
Never done that, mate. Never done that, mate.
That is what it reminded me. His performance of it. He was so far off it. It was unbelievable. Like it's probably the worst performance I've ever seen him play, and he's had a few little shockers. That was awful. Like
I didn't watch the game because it was the same time as Leeds. And to be honest, if I could relive Saturday, I wouldn't watch Leeds. I'd watch this game. I saw the clips on Twitter. Like I won't watch Match of the Day when Leeds don't win, and I've only watched it once this year. But I see the clips on Twitter of the 4th goal when Maguire is.
Oh no!
Man.
He's like,
he looks like he's waiting for a bus.
Even Vardy's goal. At one point, he's marking Vardy. He comes out with Vardy and goes, I'm going to go back in. Why? To go back in for what? There's no one there. Why?
It's really weird.
What are you marking?
80 million quid, may I remind you.
As he steps back in, Lindelof's in front of him. So what is he doing? I mean, it's madness. It is fucking. It's honestly. I didn't watch the game. I was pumpkin picking with the boy, wasn't I? But
I've done that on Sunday.
Yeah, and literally, honestly, I'm walking around the park. I'm joyfully. I'm looking at it. I'm thinking, oh, for fuck's sake. I see 2-2. I didn't even finish celebrating in the park, and it's fucking 3-2. I thought, get out of here. Yeah, but literally, and I see clips that and I see all this stuff on Twitter. Oh, Maguire had a stinker, bloody blah. And I weren't going to watch it. If I didn't have to come in and semi-talk about it, I wouldn't have watched it. I weren't interested.
I
watched it back on Match of the Day, and it was comical. I mean, it is so poor. But again, we're not playing well. It's so, and I don't want to say is it the Ronaldo effect? Is it we're just trying to? I don't know.
Greg doesn't even have to speak. Just look at Greg's face; it will tell you everything you need to know. He doesn't even have to talk. His face says it all.
No, it's just.
Can't wait for Sunday.
Oh yeah, but what I will say is, my little star boy Greenwood. What a goal, by the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely unreal.
He'll be City next year anyway.
Yeah, finish.
What 2-2?
No, he's English, mate.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't see Greenwood probably do too much more. Again, I only watched the highlights. I didn't get to watch the whole game. But
don't you think this is the problem with Man United, Kyle? They've got a team of fantastic individuals.
But again, I spoke about it. Ollie getting all of these signings and building this fantastic squad, he's a bit he's shooting himself. No, bigger than that, John. I think he's killed himself because now it's highlighting even more how much of a poor manager he is. He's been sort of given a free pass the last couple of years because he's in the sort of building process. He's building a squad. He's not quite got the squad that he wants. And it's like, you know what I mean? But but it's now he's got his superstars and his team and everything like that. If he can't get these players going, it's you know, everyone is seeing it now. We all knew it anyway. We know he's a bit shit, but like you say, when he needs to put a result out of the bag, he'll do it. But it's killing him. If he can't manage a decent squad of players, then you ain't the man for the club. I'm sorry. I mean,
he said it. He said it at the start of the season. He said no more excuses, and
I think honestly, shit or bust, isn't it? Really,
I think he's gone by December. Honestly, I don't see us coming out this run of fixtures with positive results. I said the only person that can get sacked before him probably is Ranieri at the moment. But
Salah just scored.
Was he?
He's the best.
Did you see Kyle? Did you see Pogba's post-match interview?
Brilliant.
I don't know if he was insinuating about Solskjaer, but he's going. He said it over and over again. He's like,
there was a bit of a hidden message in there. Yeah,
something's got to change. And I'm
Neville's giving a little stick about that, isn't he?
Was that a swipe at Ollie or what?
I think Ollie's lost a big person. I don't think. Can you imagine Ollie in a dressing room trying to talk big guys to Pogba, Ronaldo, Bruno? They'd be like, "Shut up, Ollie!" Like, I do honestly believe they would do. I bet Ollie walks into the change room going, "Right, I'm going to go in there and tell him to get up for this game. Come on, I bet he goes in there and Ronaldo's going, "Boys, come on." Bruno's like, "Boys."
Yeah, Ronaldo's doing all that. Probably.
And I bet he's fucking dancing, giving it all the.
And I bet Ollie just stands in the corner with Carrick. Should I butt in yet, Carras, or no? Nah,
he's probably, let's be fair, all he's good at would probably be giving the fucking pep talk to any subs that are coming on. All he's good at in his fucking career.
Yeah. No, honestly. I'm not going to totally slag him off. Listen, in a way, he ain't done a bad job with what he's done. He's got rid of a lot of dead wood. He's built an half-decent squad, a squad more than capable enough of challenging for a title. But I feel like he's taken us as far as he can now. He's done his job. Move on. Fuck off, because I'm beginning to hate him.
But it wasn't.
Time. I love this. I'm beginning to love him.
If you analyse the performance,
he was Ben.
Not hammering just the defence aside, but obviously match of the day highlights problems even more. It's just like one of the two worst players in the league you'd want to give time to play ball is Maddison and Tielemans. There was no press on them at all. Pogba and Matic were just going backwards and backwards and backwards and letting them come forward with the ball unchallenged. Donny van de Beek must be sitting there thinking, like, what have I got to do to get him in the centre midfield? Like, seriously.
I like Matic. I think Matic has been a great player, but he literally is now a bag. He's a bag of cement. He literally is a bag of cement.
He can't run. His knees don't work.
He can't run. And in modern football, you cannot have players that can't run. You need people that can run.
That's why I don't play anymore.
Against Watford, he might be all right, but not even. It's pretty. Tom Cleverley will probably run around the Man United.
Donny he's the legs. I don't understand why is he not playing?
He was really good at Ajax.
He was a baller.
I'm not even funny.
Holland.
Donny van der Beek has got to be better than Matic.
His career. He absolutely killed him.
I like McTominay. I quite like McTominay. I'll be honest with you. I do like him. But you can't.
You've done a Chelsea.
Who?
You have done a Chelsea with him.
Sidwell, etc.
Kesman, Shevchenko. Keep going.
Just name any Chelsea player for the past 20 years.
Yeah, but
Torres.
But like, he's gone to you, and I'm not being funny. Sancho's on the same path.
Terry called it.
At least he's playing. At least
he ain't playing, is he?
You know what? He might get now Rashford's
but that's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 was that? Or is that 11 out of 11?
Face, boys, by the way. I still love that Phil Jones pulled the ultimate shithouse at the start of the season by not letting Varane have the number 4 shirt.
Yeah.
Fucking epic. He's like,
no.
He hasn't played since fucking 1998.
I forgot he even still was a
player.
player.
He's still nicking a wage from the club. That's
do you know what?
He's on mega bucks.
I was saying to Greg as well, like obviously after watching, I thought for Leicester, I thought Tielemans had what a game, what a player, what a game he had. Like
he's off to one of the big sides.
Oh,
I'd love him. Honestly, I'm quite happy at the moment. I mean, again,
he should be Wijnaldum's replacement.
Pogba for me is literally, honestly, Pogba's one of my favourite players. I know he doesn't. I know he doesn't play all the time, but he is. I just love the guy. But if
he's got the most assists this season.
Yeah, because he's a superstar. Right? But if he
got fucking 5 against Leeds.
if he does move on in the summer, honestly, I'd love our midfield two to be Declan Rice and Tielemans with Bruno in front. That is Dreamville for me. You've got your
that will take your spending to 2 billion in 2 seasons, wouldn't it?
Still no trophies to show.
How much are you going to weigh out for them two?
Don't come for me because you can't afford it, you tramps.
You're still shit.
By the way, boys,
and you're still rubbish.
Just to interject, I just threw a little Google up of Phil Jones's wages per week. 75 grand a week.
When was the last time he actually played a game? Was it that FA Cup game? Was it?
I think it was a cup game, wasn't it?
Wow. They can't have played in the Prem for like years, surely.
He's doing the Winston Bogart. He's just sitting there picking up wage.
Fucking good luck with him and all.
Yeah, why not?
Fucking dollars. What I need.
Well, let's move on to the next game anyway for you, Matty.
Very much.
We'll go on to Arsenal 2, Palace 2. And before I ask your opinion on it, I just want to mention that I did call that. Obviously, Matty, your old man Scottish, and you are a Celtic fan as well. And I did call that Edouard would come back and haunt Arsenal.
Yeah, and
I also called that Vieira would also come and haunt your dreams. And I was very, very fucking close to having.
You couldn't have been any closer, to be honest.
Miroslav.
It's proper Miroslav. Tim.
Atletico pen.
The first, but I mean, obviously getting the early goal, I got my hopes up. I was thinking we were just going to capitalise on taking an early lead. And after the first 15 minutes, we just stepped off. And I can't believe, right, I know we've touched on it briefly about Palace, but I've never seen a manager make that much difference so quick. The way they keep the ball is frightening. And that was without Zaha, who's meant to be their best player. We'll come to
and Eze.
But they've got a lot of options. I like that kid at the back, that Mitchell. I thought he was brilliant, to be fair. He had a good game.
Tyler Mitchell, yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he was good. Conor Gallagher just seems to get better every week. But they really did come up. When we're in possession of the ball, it was as if Vieira said, get on the touch, get on them. And they did. I mean, I'm going to single him out, and I've never battered him at all. Thomas Partey.
Rubbish.
Now, for me, he's flattered to deceive. He's not been there 3 weeks now. He's been there quite a while, and he's had a handful of good games. The so-called saviour of the centre midfield.
You play him every week.
We haven't got one good centre midfield at this particular moment.
Yeah,
his fault for
the midfield you look very weak.
His fault for the first goal. Lokonga's fault for the second goal. And you're looking round, and I hate saying it, but it makes Granit. This is why we had to give Granit Xhaka a new contract, because there's no one else.
Bring him back.
That's what I mean, and I can't stand him either. But your club scored a goal and got scared. Well, yeah, I mean, look, Pepe for me, he played very well the back end of last season, but he has to do more, especially when he's starting games.
And the price tag as well.
Matty, have you 2 players? Are they still on loan? Are they your Guendouzi and Torreira?
Guendouzi's been sold. Torreira is on loan, I believe.
I like Torreira.
Played all right in patches, but Arteta's not having him.
He's got a bit of guts. He's got a bit of guts about him, though.
I think you've done well. I think the time was right to probably part ways with him. I don't think he was like.
But yeah, just to move on back to the game. I mean, after that, they pretty much dominated the game. But I've never seen an Arsenal team that struggles so much in possession. It's like they're scared of it.
Yeah,
we used to thrive. That was our thing, keeping the ball and then having someone who could pass through the lines. Now we've got no one who can pass through the lines bar Emil Smith-Rowe. And if he gets injured, fuck knows what's going to happen. Saka has been in second or third gear most of the season. He hasn't really captured the heights of last season. And I give Aubameyang his due yesterday. Although I didn't think he was a massive threat all game, he ran his nuts off, which is something I don't think he's done for a while. But every time Lacazette comes on, he changes the game. He gets everyone up for it. Everyone looks like they're more up for it. For me, I think he should start, to be honest. Someone might have to make way for him. But again, we're going to lose him on a free transfer. And we got so lucky with the equaliser. I mean, it's ridiculous. So lucky.
Where can you see him going, Matty, Lacazette? Where can you see him
go? Don't know. No
Newcastle. It'd be a good signing for them.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout, actually.
But yeah, I thought
he would be
a mega wage and all, wouldn't he? With he's on a free.
I think that was a big. I think that was a big game for Arteta. I think he needed to make a bit of a statement there. No, Palace are a good side, but at home we should be beating Palace, in my opinion. Or is that just the fall from grace that we now have at Arsenal?
Yeah, I said it on the last one.
Yeah.
As it stands, Palace had an easy game. They're not an easy team.
Mate, they were very impressive. That's the first time I've watched them properly for 90 minutes. And they were very good. That Gallagher just don't stop running. It's unbelievable. His work rate.
It's banned. So they've nicked a point. They got a point at the Emirates, and they're disappointed.
It shows
you how far they've come.
But then you look at it, the one that Tierney had. I mean, why he had to hit it 907 miles an hour when surely there was an easier finish on than that. And then imagine if that happened.
Didn't he?
Yeah, and imagine that happened, and then Lacazette's gone and nicked it for us. We've totally stolen that, like completely stolen it. But moving forward, again, where's the improvement under Arteta? He's had a long time now, and it just looks like we're in the swimming pool and we're just treading the old water, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better. And I don't see where the massive improvement's coming from. And I'm scared of the Villa game on Friday, because that's a game we really need to pick up 3 points, having just dropped points.
It's not an easy game.
No, it's another tough game.
The thing is, it's like when you sacked Emery, I think he was you were like 8th or something like that, or whatever. Good evening. Yes, Arteta won the cups or whatever last year, but ever since then it has been nothing but downhill.
Yeah, because at the time people were saying, "Oh, there's improvements there. Arsenal started to look a bit good."
Yeah, it papered, but
you have to look at I have to question the transfer policy again. We got
plus the signings, yeah.
Yeah, so this is what I'm just about to come on to. We paid silly money. Leicester were asking for silly money for James Maddison. I'm never saying he was going to come to Arsenal in the first place, but that what was touted about. But they're talking 80 million for a geezer that doesn't always even start for them, to be fair. But then this Odegaard thing, please educate me. So he didn't even look good in the loan spell. He had half the season to impress. Greg's laughing, but am I lying, Greg? Am I lying?
That's true.
No. But you've done the same. You've done the same with Ceballos, though.
Oh, mate, don't start me on that. I hate him more than.
He wasn't good. He wasn't good at all.
Xhaka better than Danny Ceballos. Fuck me.
I'll tell you what. We'll go loan him again. Fuck it. Why not?
But that's what I'm saying. This guy doesn't even grace Real Madrid's bench, and Real Madrid have absolutely mugged us off and given.
Real Madrid aren't even good.
That's what I'm saying. But we've paid 30 million.
Edu's having one, mate.
In possession, he looks weak. He gets barged off the ball far too easy. He looks like a world beater when he's got time on the ball. He's got nice techers. Yes, he can pass the ball. But for me, it's not good enough. You look at the players we've had in that position, the fucking Cazorlas, the Ozils, Alexis Sanchez's. Mate, them days are long gone, bruv. Long gone.
The thing is, like, he scored a free kick. He scored a free kick, didn't he, a couple of weeks ago? And it's like a player of that caliber should be able to take set pieces. I mean,
in fairness to him, last night, I don't think is his natural. Cheers. Not wrong, Ben. I don't think where he played on Monday is not his natural position. He's been dropped into the centre midfield. He's a number 10.
Yeah, which he's not. Yeah, he's a 10.
He shouldn't have played there. But obviously, if he had the confidence to start Lokonga, which he clearly didn't for that game, I didn't think he was any good when he came on either. I think in that middle of the pitch, we have a serious problem. Serious problem.
The thing is, Matty, as well, you're the biggest spenders in the summer in the league. That's the other thing you look at, and it's like,
yeah, we spent it all on defenders and Odegaard.
But it's like you've gone in, and it's not like people say, "Oh, well, we ain't spent any money." Like we ain't.
No, we did.
A lot of fucking money.
And hats off to Ramsdale. I think he's been, for what people were saying about him when we signed him, he has been absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. Could he have done a bit better for Edouard's goal? I'm not really sure. Personally, I thought Ben White should have gone better for that. Ben White should have gone ball a lot quicker than he did. He stood off for too long and let Edouard shoot, which is a mistake. But I think at the back, I'm not worried about the back anymore. I'm worried about the creativity side of it. There's just not enough. And it's going to be the same as what it was last season. We're a million miles off top 4. It's going to be probably a top 8 finish if we're lucky.
And I'm a bit ignorant. I don't know where you finished the year that Arteta took over, but I don't recall you being as low as you are at the moment.
But that's what I'm saying. Emery was about 8th when he got sacked,
and Emery had a better record than Arteta.
Yeah, like he never finished that low, did he?
No, not.
You know what I mean?
Didn't he get you into Europe?
Consistently sort of mid-table.
Well, didn't he get you? You must have finished top 6 or whatever, or top 7.
I think it might have been 7th. I think it might have been 7th.
Because I'm sure you was in the Europa that time. The year we got knocked out by, was it Seville or something like that? I'm sure you was in it, but
yeah, probably.
Good card, anything.
Good use of the correct O there and all. I like that.
But yeah, I think moving forward, I am worried about what is going on behind closed doors. Like you said, a lot of money spent in the summer, maybe on necessity signings, but now it's like we've rebuilt the whole back 5. Now we've got to go and rebuild the midfield.
Do you want Tyler Roberts?
Do you want Fred?
No.
Oh.
I'd rather have Fred from Coronation Street than have your
Fred Elliott.
Stop moaning.
You can have the Ox back. That's a rumour.
He's more injury prone than you, Greg. Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you what, I do like John McGinn at Villa as well. I'll tell you what,
what a player. We are crying out for someone like McGinn.
Yeah.
Crying out for him. I'm not just saying that because of the Scottish element, but yeah, we are crying out for someone like McGinn. Absolutely crying out. Wash your mouth out of him, Ben White. I'm not speaking ill of him. I said he should have gone ball. Fucking hell, I didn't say shit, did I?
Ben White, I love that he riled a few of the Gooners up last week when he was interviewed on Arsenal TV or whatever it was. And they done like a Q&A with him. And they asked him his favourite stadium. And he went, Elland Road.
Fair enough, yeah.
Yes, Ben! When that place is full, best place ever.
And lastly, just not to go on, this is the last thing. Like, I think the old Bill have just given Saka a crime reference number for fucking MacArthur's tackle.
I don't think it was a red. I don't think that was a red.
It's a yellow. It's a yellow.
It's a yellow.
It's a yellow.
No.
He's looking at the ball and he's got.
Don't give it the old Arsenal goggles. Come on, he tackled him from, but he's full pelt.
He's not tackled him. He's not. He's watching.
He's looking in the air at the ball.
He booted him, and it's shit. Sorry, it's not very good.
Okay, so he's looking in the air at the ball, but didn't he spot Saka right in front of him?
No, because you just said little Saka.
Little Saka.
Little Saka shit.
Oh my God! I know. Right.
Maybe.
Admittedly, he's not the biggest, but that was an absolute joke. I'm not having any of your comments.
I actually, I'm going to throw a little curveball out there. I actually think it's just about a yellow, maybe just a yellow. Just.
I think it's a foul the other way. Saka's got in the way.
It's a mistake.
Should let him shoot it.
This is clearly a Northern Club podcast. This is fucked. Dave Scott's killed me.
No, I don't think it was a red.
It had to be that prick Mike Dean as well.
The
fucking anti-Arsenal. We get him every other week, the cunt, and he fucking hates
Definitely.
us.
Listen, how many times have you played football and that sort of happened? You've gone to kick a ball, but
Never. That's never happened to me ever.
Not on that extent. I get that.
I have done it plenty of times, but most of the time it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is when you tell me. Yeah, definitely was on purpose.
Not
about that, mate. Didn't mean it.
No, I reckon he saw Saka. I reckon he had a quick look, saw Saka, and thought, "I'm going to do it."
You should have scored that penalty, you cunt. Bosh.
Yeah. Mate, that was
sorry. Not a red card though.
Not a red card.
It could have been a second yellow because he should have been.
It should have been a second yellow. He should have been.
Oh, was he already
before
booked?
that? Yes. No,
he should have been. And then that was his
two.
first
He literally. I think Smith Rowe went round. He literally dragged him down. Literally,
and he didn't do anything.
But didn't get a booking
in front of someone, barely touches him, and he gets a yellow card.
And Mike Dean, wasn't it? And Mike Dean adores giving out the yellows away. He just kept on talking to him.
Mike Dean's got to be a closet Spurs fan.
You've seen the fucking footage of him celebrating when Spurs scored, didn't you?
What a cunt of geezer.
Mike Dean was refereeing the game. Spurs score, and he wheels away, fucking giving it in.
That aside, we stole a point, and I'm worried. Seriously, we stole a point, and that was the end of it.
Big up Palace, man. They're looking.
You're the seventh club that you're affiliated to.
They were my first ever. They were my first love.
But
my first love.
How's the opposition manager getting a better reception than the home one?
Because he's an Arsenal legend. That's why.
That does say it all, doesn't it?
No, but whether he is or not, you're going over your current manager to go above and beyond for him.
Well, he's never been back there as a manager, so it's probably why he got a massive reception.
He'll be your next
manager. Just throwing it out there. Or you could be absolutely right, and I just don't want to admit it, but yeah.
He'll be your next manager.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it'll be the next one.
To be honest, he'd probably get a game in your midfield at the moment.
with a cigar on and all.
Oh, mate. Jeez Louise, man.
Oh, God. All the best, Mr. Tom. Thanks for watching, mate.
Fresh from the toilet. Good night.
Let's quickly go through.
You're right, Bandy. He ain't got he hates refs. He does.
We're just roll through.
Mate.
Don't get him on Harvey Elliott, Bandy. Jesus, this podcast could be on till midnight.
I just want to know, boys, your donkey and baller of the week. So we're going to start with our donkey. Once we nominate for donkey and baller, we'll just put our predictions in for the upcoming games on the weekend. But first things first, donkey of the week. We will start with you, Matty.
It was a close toss-up between Maguire and Mike Dean, but I fucking hate Mike Dean anyway. But I'm going to give it to Maguire. I thought he was absolutely dreadful. 80 million of nothing, to be honest. Terrible. Just terrible performance all round.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Bearing in mind, you can nominate a donkey from your own club. You just can't nominate a baller.
Don't know about that. It was this is signed, sealed, delivered, slabbed. Yeah. I got to carve them now. All them pumpkins. Slabbed.
Slabbed. Fair play. Yep. Gory.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he had a mare, but my one's a bit different, really. I've gone for Josh Sargent.
Who?
Is that for Norwich? Is that not
the Norwich? The Norwich. He's from America.
I haven't seen that game.
He's a Yank. He's a Yank, and
nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Keeper. Right, Johnny.
Director John.
But Sanchez, I think it was Sanchez, the Brighton keeper, and one of the defenders clattered into each other, missed the ball. He had an open goal and he literally didn't put enough on it, and their defender got back. And I think he went to run off and celebrate, and their defender got back and cleared it away.
Was it even going in, do you reckon, Greg, though, as well? Like, I
don't know. It was
going in anyway.
It's like he didn't even connect with the ball properly with an open goal. How he thought he'd scored before he'd even. Yeah, it was bad.
It was
bad. Seen that?
No, I haven't. That's one of the games I haven't seen, to be fair.
I've not seen any other game other than little clips because I sulked all weekend.
But yes, it would have been Maguire, but no, I saw that and I was like, do you know what? He can have it.
Well, I was going to do what Ben Ireland suggested in the comments, and I was going to vote for Leeds United as donkey. But just to cheer me up,
going to do that.
Just to cheer me up, I'll go with Harry Maguire as well. So,
Harry Maguire.
That's revenge for my Greek brothers. So yeah, donkey of the week is Sir Harry of Maguire. Well done, Slab.
village.
And if you throw a brick at him, he'll let the fucker back.
He fucking won't. He'll move out of the way and let it score.
Yeah, give it to the other. He'll give the brick to the other team and they'll run off with it.
Yeah. So now, baller of the week. Don't think any Leeds players are going to mention here, but sign him up.
Yeah,
we'll go the same order. Matty, baller of the week.
I just don't want to keep picking Liverpool players, but Mo Salah. How can you not give? I mean, yeah, Firmino scored a hat trick, but just look at the individual brilliance. That pass was an absolute joke, and that goal he scored was Herman Munster and Maguire has killed. And that goal he scored. If you scored that on FIFA, you'd be chucking the control pad around the room, wouldn't you? To be honest.
Oh yeah, smash the telly up and go ahead.
It was incredible. Even though yes, Greg acknowledges that Watford aren't the best team in the league, but to do it, and he's doing it every week. He's doing it every week, but that's a joke. So most again,
more salad. Jonesy.
No, I'm not going Salah again. It was hard enough doing it once. No, I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go with Telemans. Just the way I just thought. You know what? He just fucking good goal as well.
Played very well,
and he just literally bossed that midfield. Literally, you think that the talent that was in both sides, with the midfielders United and them, apart from Matic, obviously. But yeah, he just bossed it for me. Well done, Yuri.
Yuri, Greg.
Is he all right?
Who dropped one there?
Mate, he's in the toilet.
He's in the shit, huh?
Matty A is in the front room and B, no. That's what me.
There's only one person. There's only one person that come from.
That's Jonesy all day.
Me?
100%. 100%. Now, do you know what? I've gone with Ndombele.
Oh, it's a good shout.
I'm never going to.
I know it was Newcastle. Like I know it's Newcastle, but Newcastle. He just do you know what? He's slowly. I think he's found a manager. He's found a manager that might play him and actually show him a bit of love. And I think it's showing through, and it displayed it like the other night, and the goal topped it off as well.
Yeah, he's got great feet, isn't he?
He's a good player.
Yeah, he's decent.
Mate, look, Man City wanted him. He bossed Man City for Leon.
Man City wanted Frederick. And Ronaldo.
I think he's quite a tidy player.
Yeah,
just to touch on Newcastle, actually. Weirdest thing ever of the weekend there was Ant and Deck sat the wrong way round.
Yeah, I see.
Did you see that?
Deck
and Ant. First time ever. Weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Can't be the first.
Quick question: what is going on with that bird's boat?
Oh Jesus Christ! It's made out of Play-Doh.
Looks like Rocky Dennis. It looks like a Rocky Dennis remake.
Amanda Saverly.
Rocky Dennis and Bruce Jenner.
She's growing on me. I'm not going to lie to you. She's growing on me.
Grown on her.
She's not.
Yeah, she looks weird.
It's my nomination now, and get ready in the comments because I've gone different to all of you, so it's going to have to go over to the votes of the guys watching. My nomination was Edouard Mendy,
the
Chelsea against Brentford. He was absolutely sensational.
He's quality, isn't he?
Yeah, fucking superb. Really, really good performance.
He was my second choice.
5 yards out with his fucking mush.
And Deck were your second choice.
Pontus Janssen fucking half volleyed the ball straight in his boat and he didn't even flinch. I've got a lot of time for that.
No, he is.
Wait for the fucking ball to be kicked out of play. No, very, very good. He won Chelsea that game. He was immense. So yeah, I've gone with Edouard Mendy. So just to recap for everyone in the comments, we've got Edouard Mendy. Go over yours, boys. I've fucking forgot them all. Matty, who was yours? Salah, Jonesy,
Tielemans,
And
Greg,
Ndombele.
So back in the comments who you all think, and we will go with the majority as to who is going to be our.
Oh, actually, do you know what, mate? the geezer that saved the geezer's life at Newcastle should get.
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Pritchard.
He's
Dr. Pritchard. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, we're going with that. Dr. Pritchard is our
fellas. We recognise
the
human nature.
Yeah, that was fucking fair play. Oh, and you know what? Fair play to Sergio Reguilon as well.
And Dyer,
like taking note of what the fans have fucking said and getting over and getting this sorted. You know what I mean? To be fair, look, they said like when it happened to Eriksen, it couldn't happen in a better place unless you're in hospital. The best place of having an heart attack is in a fucking
Dr. Len just absolutely killed me. Oh my god. That's the comment of the evening. I'm sorry.
That is, comment of the night is Ben Ireland.
He was still alive up until about 2 years ago. I think he was about 100.
Dr. Leg, he left his money
years ago.
Lost his leg. He was on the last leg.
Harold Legg, played by Leonard Fenton. He's still alive.
How old is he?
95.
Yeah, he
what an innings.
What an absolute hero.
Fair play.
Right, that's it. Leonard Fenton is bowler of the week. Dr. Legg. Nah, Dr. Pritchard, what a fucking hero. Fair play to him. There's probably quite a few heart attack contenders in that Newcastle crowd, to be fair. So to pick one out would be. Did you
see Chet Tiote's son was there as well?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No way, really.
That's deep.
Yeah, he was at they got a board with all their players, and he was touching. I see a picture of him touching his dad's name. It's mad.
Well, he's a fucking jinx, isn't he?
That's beyond sad.
Yeah, he's mad, man.
Nah. He was a fucking good player. You probably hate him, Matty, for that 4-all.
Yeah, for that goal. Yeah,
I'll never ever forget that game.
Mate, what a fucking game!
It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Right, so now let's just get on to our predictions.
There's Harry.
Let's get on to our predictions for this weekend's game, boys and girls. So, first game up is Arsenal versus Aston Villa.
Oh my god.
So, as is the standard, we will go in the order where we are in the table.
Who's at home?
Yeah.
He's at home.
So we're going the order that we are in the table. So it's going to go.
Still kills me.
Kyle, you go first, then Boyle, then Greg, and then rear of the year here, Mr. Me. So, Jonesy, Arsenal Villa, what is your call?
2-2.
Desmond.
I can't stop. All I can see is Desmond. When you try and picture a result, I just see Desmond every week.
We need to get a Desmond 2-2 GIF sorted out actually for this pod because we mentioned
Archbishop 2-2 actually.
Sorry. Boyle.
I genuinely believe that Arsenal are not going to win this game. I hate having to say this. I'm going for another draw. 1-1 all. I want to go for the Desmond, but I just don't want to copy Kyle, to be honest, because I think there's going to be goals in it as well. Bandy says Arsenal 2, Villa 4. All right. Calm down on the goal front, Bandy. I reckon, 1-1.
1-1. Gory, what are you saying, mate?
Well, I'll put the faith in him then. 2-1 Arsenal.
Well done, Greg. Well done.
Well done, Greg.
Well done, Greg. Appreciate your vote of confidence, Greg. Looking down on everyone else in that table like this.
Not this table though.
No,
you know what?
No. But there's still time, bruv. There's still time. There's loads of games to go.
Yeah, there is. I think the Wolves result is going to actually affect Villa quite badly. So I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal. I'm going to go in with that.
I haven't actually considered that angle, by the way.
That's a big sort
of that will destroy them, especially being 2-0 up.
Yeah.
And losing like that. Possibly.
I think that could affect them. That. I want to go 2-0 Gooners. Jonesy, Leeds Wolves.
Desmond. No, check it out.
I'll take that, to be fair.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I know it's. I'm gonna have to. I do. I think it could be a draw again. Fuck. Why do I always have to go first? This is bullshit.
Come on, Sal. Look at me there, my little rainbow ball. Love it.
Tough at the top, innit?
Sorry, so boys. Have you got all your players back on the weekend for the weekend's game?
Rafinha's back. Phillips should be back. Bamford isn't.
I'm gonna go 1-1. I can't go 2 Desmonds on the spin, but I think I can see a draw.
That's now going to be a Desmond. Now you've said that, isn't it? Oil.
There's goals in it.
Desmond.
Oh, love that.
Desmond.
Greg.
There's definitely going to be goals in this game. Definitely.
Won't be us fucking scoring them.
2-1 Wolves.
Oh, I hate
I love Greg's realising the table Carl's edging ahead, so he's got to make some moves and go the other way.
I'm only
like
7 points.
Like the way of thinking, Greg.
I've got this whole thing here where it's like...
Well, I've got a banker, and I've got a banker this week. So.
I've got this whole thing where I have to pick Leeds to win every week. And for the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks, I've been thinking, you know what? Go against the grain and go for the other team to win. And it might a reverse psychology thing, and it could work my way. So with that in mind...
7-0
Wolves.
6-0 Wolves.
2-0 Leeds. Can't do it. So yeah.
Cody hat-trick.
Not that heart rules head or anything in my household. And then last but not least, the Scum versus Liverpool. Kyle, how many are you going to lose by this week?
I don't know, mate. I really don't. I want to say 3. I want to say 3-1, but sometimes these games can flatter to deceive. You think it's going to be a cracker, and it's a fucking shit game, and someone will nick it. 2-1 Liverpool.
Ooh.
I'm doing what you've done. I'm going to use a bit of reverse psychology.
Just to put it into context, right? Liverpool just scored 3 goals away at home at Atletico Madrid. I don't think they'll be shitting their pants about fucking Maguire and Wan-Bissaka hotels.
Not many who score against Atletico, man.
3-1 Liverpool, and that's being kind, to be fair. That's being kind. Ben says 4-1. I think, Liverpool are going to definitely score at least 2 or 3. Definitely.
Greg?
Definitely.
I mean, to be fair, I've got a banker with the win, but I'll just go for 4-2, just to try and get a correct score of some sort.
Matty, you stole my score. I was going to go with 3-1 to the Scousers.
You can still do it.
Nah, but I need to pick up points, man.
Oh, you got to go down the.
I'm going for another 2-0, but I'm going 2-0 Liverpool. I've got 2-0 every fucking score. Yeah, 2-0 Liverpool. That's what I've gone with. So, quite unanimous there. So the Scum will probably fucking pull one out of their arse and get a win, won't they?
Well, exactly. I can't lose now because if I'm either getting 2 points or my club's getting 3 points. So whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? Might get a point, I suppose. But yeah, it might be a draw. But
that's it. But yeah, so that sort of sums up everything, boys. And episode is complete. Unless any of you boys have got anything you wanted to talk about or
I pray we get a win on Friday. That'll start the weekend the right way. Pray.
Just a quick one then, completely away from football.
8 inches. Oh,
you wish. You on Netflix. How fucking good is that, mate?
I've not watched the new series yet, but we're waiting to binge it.
It's
when we
quality.
Get time to binge it. Probably the weekend.
Absolutely
it is
quality.
So
I watched it from the start.
Yeah.
So it's brilliant.
The first 2 are cracking.
Yeah. To be fair, like the third, it's like the way it's. I'm not gonna. There's gonna be no spoilers because obviously you ain't all watching it now. But the way it started, Matty, I was thinking, we're going down. It's going to be a bit samey. and it just took a fucking right turn.
Yeah.
And it's for me, it's probably my favourite series so far.
Yeah, that it's a bit of a shame what happened in the first couple of episodes.
Stop. Because he's going to give it away.
Kyle's going to watch it. Yeah, don't.
For visual purposes, or
stop talking about it.
Why is it a shame, Matty? For visual purposes, or
yes, absolutely. You know what I'm chatting about.
Do we see some Kamara? Do we see some Tiki Kamara?
Do we see some?
Oh yeah.
What is it? Is it love? Is it love?
Right, lads, this is a football podcast. Now we're talking about Netflix.
You do see a bit of love as well, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you is fucking sensational.
Yeah,
but yeah, as it is on the screen, like, subscribe, hit the fucking bell notification, get it shared to all your mates, get as many football fans as you can watching it, commenting live, so we can sort of grow and go from there. Obviously, we're catered to Leeds, Man United, Arsenal, and Liverpool fans.
Leeds.
But yeah, we welcome all fans, I suppose.
All fans,
especially Hull.
Yeah. So yeah, we're going to Ben. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be watching you with the missus. Not you, but
he's got a camera in your house, Ben.
You. Yeah, I'm going to be watching you with the missus, and then I may be on after that. So that's if she isn't.
Kyle, there's the early night gone for a bird. Yeah. I've been to bed early every day this week. Geezer goes to bed about 3 o'clock in the morning and gets up at 5 for work. How do you do it?
Mate, I don't know.
I'm finished. I'm dead by that. I'm gone.
I'll probably just keel over when I'm about 40. So. Just for be on here, just fucking head on the fucking laptop. But
good old moan.
We
didn't have much to cheer about, did we? Let's be fair about it.
Not at all.
Only football moaners, we'd be called.
Only football moans.
It's been a bit of a brutal week for us all, boys. So fingers crossed we can all have a happy week, apart from Kyle, because that's impossible. But the other three, like me, Matty, and Greg, can hopefully all have a happy weekend.
Yes.
And we can all next week rejoin Tuesday, 9 p.m. and rip the piss out of the Scum fan. That's what we're all here for, isn't it? Let's be fair.
I'm away.
So,
I'm there for the cricket score for that one. I was being kind when I said 3-1, to be fair. I think it could be a lot worse.
But yeah.
We're in Arsenal.
Yes, Bremner's Ghost. I will probably be joining that happy hour this weekend. Be good, boys. It'd be good to get some of you on there. So
I can't stay awake.
We're all in bed by that time, bro.
No, it starts at midnight. It's a Friday
exactly.
night. Get a few bevies in.
What your best? Well, I can't bevy because I'm on call. Mind you, at 12 o'clock at night I can. But wait, you're best off not asking me and just sitting there awake.
Your boss is a subscriber to the show.
Every time I try and stay up for it, 9:15, I'm like, oh.
Phil Jones.
Yeah, I'm gone. I start dozing on the sofa. I'm like, this ain't going to happen.
No.
I do like it. Maybe one day I'd love to get on there, but yeah.
It's a good crack, mate. And I'm king of trivia. I smashed trivia last week, so yeah, it'd be be good to do it again. But yeah, we'll go from there. Also, when we end the episode in a minute or so, we've got a new outro video with a bit of credits and that. So let us know what you think of that, guys, and if it needs changing or any tweaks, let us know. But yeah, till next week, guys. Adios.
Off the toilet, I get. Adios.
Let's get another weekend.